And once again, we are here on Living in the 21st Century. Joining me today in the studio is ToBeFree Productions Part 2. And first, I want to say to you, Glenna, it's a pleasure having you back. And just tell us what really make ToBeFree Productions family so great.
It's everybody. It's the personalities, it's the energy they bring. I don't know how I stumbled upon the type of people I happen to get for this, but it's amazing the people that we have. That's what makes it.
Nice. And Raven, tell me, you've been doing quite a bit here as an actress on ToBeFree Production. How is it for you?
It's been amazing, and we just want to say thank you for having us back. We were just talking about how much we have seen each other grow from the first day on set, and then now how comfortable we are in front of the camera. And it's like we don't even want the camera to stop rolling, but before it might be a little nerve-wracking, but it's been an amazing experience. I have learned so much, and I just can't wait to see what happens after.
Beautiful. And Cham, I'm going to ask you the same question. I guess you were given quite a bit of time into ToBeFree Productions. What's it like to be a part of that family?
Being part of that family is very amazing. Being on set, meeting the people, looking at their expression, just going out there, having a full energy, full commitment to the environment, and people can learn so much being on set. The best part about it is how the magic happens.
Okay, nice.
You don't even have to ask me. So I think what's really great about being on set, like Glenna was saying before, she said she doesn't even know how we stumbled upon the people. And I swear, we all just came from every corner and nook and cranny of Boston and all the surrounding cities to come together. It was something brought us together. I don't know what it was. We're all family. The small version of me, my character Shayla, the person that plays my father, their parents, people literally just fit their roles. I don't know how, even if we're playing such different people from ourselves, the people embody them and then bring in their own real genuine experiences that we all kind of share. We can connect on another level other than just acting and just doing what we're told to do on set or getting behind the camera and doing an interview. It's bigger than that. We're so comfortable with each other and we know what we're producing, that we're real and honest, and we're making sure that everybody's putting in effort, everybody feels comfortable, everybody feels good. And I think that's what creates the environment, us all making sure that the other person is good. Keeps us unified.
Nice. Well, Glenna, I know that you're the founder and you plays a very pivotal role in making this organization a reality. But exactly how does your character fits in? Tell us a little bit about the ingredients of your character.
My character, she's a lot, and she goes through a lot. The emotions that she's dealing with and the circumstances that she's gone through makes her this person that a lot of people can relate to. A lot of people can look at and kind of turn to as somebody that can kind of curtail them out of the situation that they're in right now.
Okay. And Cameron, tell us a little bit about the scene. What's the hardest part for you, Raven?
I actually had a few emotional scenes where I had to dig deep, and it's funny, one moment I'm happy and then something traumatic happens, and I have to be able to really portray what the character is going through. So I have to use, some of my personal experience, what will this person truly be feeling like, and what will the audience expect if this was to happen to them. And it's been amazing. I mean, sometimes I have to cry in front of the audience who's just walking down the street just watching, and it's okay, are you going to be nervous and not do what you have to do for the movie? Or, so you just get it done. But it's amazing, and I'm pretty impressed about how everyone's able to just tap into the characters when needed.
Yeah, it's crazy because I was with her when I know exactly what scene she's talking about, and there's a whole bunch of any type of person you could possibly think of, and she's literally full-blown acting. I'm across from her, I'm acting across from her. She got the tear flowing. I'm I gotta turn it on. She's going in, and I'm I can't even do that. It's real. It's true. Everything she said.
Nice. Now, I recognize that you all are in the final stages or wrap-up stages of To Be Free. Where do you go from here? What other movies you have in mind? What is your vision from this point forth?
At this point, we're on a wrap-up phase, but it's just a break until December, January. That's when we're gonna complete it within its entirety.
Right.
At that point, that's when we'll be starting to promote it and market it on a different level, as well as preparing to get it into the film festivals and committing to the rules and regulations of the Oscars. So there's a few things that we have that's set up between then and now as far as branding and promoting.
I understand. So have you had a chance to meet with the younger version of Jay and Tai? What is it really all about?
So, I mean, I've cast them, so I've met them from day one, and I know their attitudes. I know who they are, and to me, each and every one of them is different. They're unique. They come with their own little surprises, and it's beautiful. But you guys, like, tell them a little bit about how y'all feel about y'all's younger versions.
I love mine. I love her. I think she's the best because she really is just like me.
Yes.
I can't lie on it. She talks like me. She has random like outbursts of just like, I'm hungry. I can't believe this. She just voices her opinion and she's just active. I love it. I love her energy, and it's crazy that I've never met this little girl and then she comes into my life and I'm like, oh my, don't act like me to me, okay? Remember, we act like us to other people, not each other. That's it. What do you think, girl?
I on the same. My younger version is amazing. She's so smart. She articulates things well. When we're doing interviews and we're on set, she takes the ring and she just starts talking. It's amazing to see these young kids invested and not want to leave set when it's time to go. It's gonna be amazing to see them perform. Okay.
So what are you expecting your audience to, when To Be Free is finished, what are you hoping for your audience to get from it? How would it have an everlasting impact on their psyche?
You want to take this?
I'm just thinking about it. I feel like it's going to be like they're going to cry, they're going to be laughing, they're going to be thinking about their own things that they experienced or one of their friends, and at the end of the movie they're going to be like, wow, they're able to relate. And the fact that Glenna P. Diggs was able to put stories out that are usually in the mainstream media, and actually tell the story behind it, where people are often very judgmental. I can't wait for people. It'll give them a different view on things, because oftentimes people do not have an understanding about other people or things going on in our world because they're not exposed to it, because they're always promoting a negative, way about it. And I feel like this movie will be a great way for people to resonate with, and I can't wait for people to watch it.
Nice. I mean, you all are a relatively young cast, and you're putting on a pretty impactful movie, right? Do you see this having an impact on the younger generation who might very well want to do a similar role? What would be your inspirational word that you have for those who wish to follow suit?
To never give up. That's the golden key. Even if you're thrown off a little bit, you put your project to the side for a couple years, you gotta come back to it. That's what matters. Like this project we're working on right now, I wrote this at 15.
Okay.
I've gotten in between then and now so many, it's garbage, it's not good, you know, write something different.
Right.
It's about sticking to it, knowing that you got something and bringing it 100% of what you got to that table.
Nice. No. Go ahead.
I'm always ready to get my 2 seasons because I'm just with them all the time, and I'm like, yep. Seeing Glenna, like, I feel like the story behind To Be Free, like people watching these interviews, people actually going and checking our Instagram page, To Be Free movie at Insta, just double checking. But like seeing the background is what makes you get the stay consistent, work hard, know what you want and be able to do it with your intensity, with your heart, with your dedication, be tenacious. And then when you see the movie, I feel like that adds a whole nother level, a whole nother dimension, because it's like, It's about how you get there and what you do to be that person that you want to be, and what you're willing to sacrifice and what matters to you. Like, what would you sacrifice? What won't you sacrifice? And those, like, doing it and carrying it out, your dreams.
Right.
That's when you really see, like, what you want and how far you're willing to go. And Glenn is a perfect example of, like, taking criticism and making it into your best thing ever. She said something that stuck with me forever. She take all the criticism, take all of it. Like, don't just stop people. Just let them talk. Let them say what they need to say, because they're the ones perceiving your work.
Yes.
So let them say that, but only take what's really productive, like what you take and really think, okay, let me analyze everything they're saying, and then take, like, what you don't need, just let that go, but make sure that you're analyzing, you're taking that information regardless. Like, that's what matters, because your art is what people see. Even if you like it, you still want it to have an effect on people. You want people to feel something, and you'll definitely feel everything in this movie, every emotion.
Excellent.
That's why I love these girls. Like, it's every day being around them is telling me and it's proving to me that what we're doing is working.
Excellent. Excellent.
If I can, those words she just said was words my mother said to me when I was like 5.
Okay.
You know, so if those words could be passed down and make that much of an impact, then we on to something.
Absolutely.
Brilliant. So, Sham, I'm not leaving you out here, right?
No, that's fine.
I believe you would have gathered quite a bit of experience, knowledge, and so forth in working in this this brilliant piece that
Correct.
Glenda had put together.
Yeah.
Where would you take your experience from here? How would you be a benefactor in other young people's lives? Is there any way you can share inspirational word based on the film that you're presently into right now?
The best way to describe that would be present, that moment right there, because the director is going to inform you what to do, how to set things up. You also have fun with the actors as well, because being on set is the most liveliest and energetic atmosphere around. It doesn't matter which location you are at. It's more of committing it 100%. Committing it 100%, because you'll end up making a mistake, but at the same time, that mistake goes to a deeper level of inspired.
Okay.
Learning from the director, it's a mind-blowing mentality that will suck into your brain like you never cannot imagine.
Those are powerful words. So tell me something. What is a normal day in ToBeFree?
A normal day is communicating, but you want to be you want it to be more entertained, be more excited, because your whole body goes there with your soul and your mind. With the director as well, it's so fascinating because you're learning from each other. I'm like, do this, set that, look at the script, and once you learn it, you'll be amazed how far you will go. You'll be amazed how far a person will go, 5 times to 20 times higher.
Okay, nice.
Once you get, like, comfortable, like, with the stuff, like, once you start to kind of, like, read Glenda's mind, you kind of know what she might want, or, like, you're starting to understand, like, the routine of being on set and stuff, and you get comfortable, you start doing it without thinking, so you start, like, talking trash while you setting up light stands. you're reading through the lines, ad-libbing. Like, a lot of our scenes are just natural, like, body motions that came with us saying the lines, because we know the lines so well. We're just like, I felt like I should throw the ball at you. You felt that? Then when I threw the ball, you felt the energy pass, right? And you convey what you want to convey without like straying too far from Glenda's initial like plan. And it does what she wants. You're like, oh, that does look good. That's natural. Like, yeah, so it's really about feeling. So Natural Day on set is all, he said, excitement, energy, because we're coming 100% because we want to put 100% on the screen. We want people to literally be there with us.
Okay.
So definitely energy.
Okay. So Glenda, when do you see you actually having this ToBeFree aired, that the public at large will be able to view it? What is your vision for that?
We're going to keep y'all waiting for a while. We're not going to air it until 2020.
2020?
Yeah.
Man, that's long.
Yes. Independently, it takes time.
Okay.
It takes time to brand. It takes time to market. We don't want to come out without people knowing who we are.
Yes.
So we want to be able to put in that effort, put in that time before we release anything.
Okay.
Before then, you'll get a lot of us, just not the movie.
Okay, so you're basically wrapping up pretty soon, and between the wrap-up period and 2020, what is going to be going on in between that period of time?
So the wrap up more so is for them. I'm not wrapping up.
Okay.
I have a whole nother set of people that were shooting their younger versions, as well as their parents.
Okay.
Along with, they return in December. From December
Okay.
to January, we wrap them up completely.
Right. Okay.
After that, that's when we start marketing, managing. We're going to take the feature either to Paris or LA to market and manage there, as well as we're growing connections in LA. So we want to be able to manifest some of those and kind of gravitate towards those before we actually put anything in stone.
Okay. So would Raven, Kamara, and Cham be a part of this ongoing process? I mean, you're now wrapping up this, but
You're talking about like future projects?
Right, in future projects, yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Okay.
We have projects far beyond this one. That's documentaries, that's features, that's not even including commercials that we're going to be doing in between, and we have a music video that we'll do in between when this one actually releases. No way am I getting rid of my people. If you don't see them, that's because they decided they wanted to go on a different path.
Oh, okay.
But no, I would want them to be in every part of every project that I do.
Okay. Do you think when you do decide to launch To Be Free, it's going to be something that is going to really impact the movie industry? Is it going to really nourish the minds of your viewers? What impact do you think it's going to really have?
I think it'll have all that and some. I feel like the message in it alone is going to be able to beef us up as a community, as people, to a whole different level of understanding.
Okay. Tell us a little bit about the message, though. What exactly is it going to be established on? What really is the message that you're going to be sending to people through this movie?
For this one, I'm going to let Kamaria take over. She got this.
I was like, you looking at Glenna, but I'm like, I want to answer. Okay, so I feel like, the title is To Be Free. The movie is To Be Free. The production team, To Be Free. So it's really about getting to freedom. Like, what is freedom to you? Like, people think that money could be freedom, happiness, success, like having a big family. Just there's different things that people have to be free. So whether it's from your environment that's pulling you back, trying to stop you, whether it's your family members that are constantly saying you can't do anything greater than what we've already done, or if it's just you yourself in your own head and you're just nervous about accomplishing what you want to accomplish or doing exactly what your heart wants you to do. Like, what will you do to get to that point? Will you do nothing? Will you lay down and die and say, I'll just be miserable all my life? Or will you fight and say, what do I have to do? Where do I have to go? What do I have to practice to become the person I want to be? And I think that's what the movie's all about. One, finding out for yourself what that means. Like, what is your freedom? Two, helping other people and seeing, like, what you'll sacrifice yourself for other people. Like, how are you going to move to be free? And also, I feel like there's so many messages in the movie because so much happens and things go every direction. So it kind of is like guidance. And
one of the reasons why I would have asked you that question, I see how ambitious you all are in putting this movie together, and it's very impressive. But in the black community itself, and we see this, and this has been going on for centuries, and there's still this young generation, and even though they may be educated, there's some form of bondage. I don't want to say, I prefer to say mentally, a kind of mental bondage, and they're looking for a way to, I don't want to use the word to be free, but in essence is to be free to market themselves, sell themselves, do something, be creative like you. Would your movie or your company, Glenna, in some form or the other, reach out to that community, to that generation who need to move out of the chains that are around their mind? And it is really Sad to put it this way, but the reality is that we do have a group of the young black generation are in bondage, not only here in Boston, but Chicago and DC, etc. Would this movie itself has an impact to tell these young people, listen, you know what? Here's a group of brilliant young people doing something. Could they really get involved and do similar, or reach out to Glenna Diggs and she give me instructions how to move forward? And tell me a little bit about that.
Exactly. We're working on different realms within that. So not only are we offering messages through the features that we have,
yes,
but we're offering actual on-hand experiences within the actual equipment, the production, behind or in front of the camera.
Right.
So that portion right there would be Peggy's House of Possibilities,
right,
P-Hop. And it will allow people that normally don't have the opportunity to get into that type of a realm, that chance to explore, and like Kamaria said, give them that opportunity to really see what it is that would make them feel free.
Right. And one of the reasons why that's that is because you can get kids to go to college and do the same thing that you would have studied and so forth and graduate, but that physical gravitation and making something happen is really hard. But having someone like you who are actually doing this could be a great inspiration. So I think even more than your movie itself, I think that you can reach deep down, whether it's in your community or otherwise, and give that younger generation a push. And
I was just gonna add, like, just looking at the black community as a whole, for generations we have just lost so much, have just been taken so much, and have gone through so much, and we're still continuing to go through so much. And I think one of the biggest things, being a young black woman, is just not knowing that we have everything already that we need, even with all the limitations, even with all the barriers, all the things that are put in place systematically. We have everything we need to be free. It's to get to where we want to get to. It's just a matter of tapping into, you know, what we're called to do and what we're here to do. And I feel like with this movie, they're hopefully they are able to see that, and not even within the movie, just looking out the outsides and looking at how Glenna's personal, real life story and how she's able to just still continue to make this with a 70+ cast. I think it's a matter of just knowing your worth, and I feel like I can't wait to the black community as a whole. We just rise up and make sure. And it's a great time to be alive right now. You know, we see so much in the community. People are, you know, doing what they love and really just changing and making a stance. So I can't wait for more people to do that as well and to join our cast, and we can do it together. The type of conversations we have on cast, and, you know, just talk about life, and really, it's amazing how we all brought here together, and I feel like it's just a matter of time till everyone realizes that we're meant to do more than a 9-to-5 job and to pay bills.
Right. You were saying like bondage on our, there's like a bondage on like where kids are, well, I think my age, I'm 18, I turned 19 in a couple of days. But my age, like a lot of black kids think that the only option is to get a scholarship and play basketball or sell drugs or be an artist. And it's like, people think it's crazy, like seeing us act when we're in the hood acting. People are like so amazed that they're seeing black people out here doing something other than like walking around with a basketball or just walking around like rapping, selling mixtapes. Like we're out here doing something like outside of the box, and that doesn't inspire people even older than us. They're looking like, oh wow, like I see you guys. We get so many props from people that just see us walking through because they're like, you guys aren't doing the regular degular, and you get respect for that. And I think that's now the time people are reaching into what they want to do and reaching outside of what's expected of them. Like teachers always look and like they see black students and they're like, oh, what basketball team are you on? What sports team do you play for? You like, oh, my whole family, they all were like, go play basketball in school and get that scholarship, sis. I'm like, I don't want to play basketball. And they looked at me funny. And I'm just like, I can do what I want to do and I'm passionate about it. And they respect that. And I think ultimately people are scared to be looked down upon or just to be like, oh, you won't make it. People, like, I don't like to really even bring up the fact that I'm doing a movie because so many people are like, they doubt you. And you have to be tenacious. You have to go push past that initial step.
And the most of these people who have doubt in their mind are the same black people, right? Are they the same black people who have the doubt in their mind?
You don't hear it from people that are in big businesses. You don't hear bosses that are CEOs and entrepreneurs. You don't hear any of those people that are actually successful telling you not to live your dream. So I'm confused. Some people from the bottom.
Funny, because it's sometimes hard to have conversations with some people who are successful in their own world or for them, and that's fine. But I remember talking to people just about ideas that I want to do, and it's not even that they will knock you down, it's just that they can't even really relate or have the conversation with you because it's too big, you know, and it's like scary, you know. It's like we're starting our own business, basically, and that's exactly kind of what Glenna is doing. Is sometimes you don't know when your next paycheck is coming because you're just doing everything from the ground up. Everything is just going. You just put one brick down, another. And we was talking about it yesterday, and it was just like a dark street, and we just got the high beams on, and all we can see is about 100 feet out, and we just trust that.
Well, I love your vision, and this also tells me that there are those who just have the short-term vision in getting rich quick. And then there are those who prepare to put in that long-term investment, knowing very well at the ending of the line, there's success and there's prosperity. And this is something I really respect you for, Glenna. For the years that you've been working on this piece, on this movie, you didn't just look at the short-term, get distracted, and do something else. You saw down the road, down the line. And I think this is a strong message that should be established in the black community, not only to depend on games like basketball or soccer or even baseball, but to see that there's so many things out there that they can get into and work diligently and prudently towards, opposed to just having a short-term vision. Because if they do have this short-term vision, they're going to just see as far as the eye can see, and they'll be cut off pretty short too. But I love what your group is doing, and what To Be Free is all about, and what To Be Free Productions vision is all about. That you just doesn't establish a short-term goal. You have a long-term goal. Your aspirations is to achieve what you're about to achieve, and that I want to congratulate you on that.
Thank you. So I do want to add, we're not, right now we don't have a lot of people that we were able to get from Madison and some of the other high schools that we reached out to, but our main mission is to be able to take kids from these schools, especially Madison because they're on the verge of closing, and be able to take them in, teach them hands-on, and then streamline them into the actual productions that we have. So that is, to me, one of the keys of bettering our community, because through that's given everybody, if you think about the realms of production, there's so many things you can do. From chefing to being a cinematographer. So there's so many options that they're not pigeonholed anymore. It's not like you can do this or you can do that. It's like you can do all of this.
Well, thank you so much, Glenna, Raven, Kamiria, and Chum. I want to thank you for joining me again from To Be Free Productions. And to all those who have been tuning in, I want to say thank you. Enjoy. Bye-bye.
Thank you.